Welcome back to the allotment. It's early April and the country that is the UK and the rest of the world is gripped in the COVID-19 virus. But nature is just carrying on regardless. The blossom is out. The daffodils are flowering. The tulips are starting to show colour. And the wildlife is carrying on. As you can see, I've been busy in this new section of the allotment. I've dug up this small bed over and covered it to warm it. I was going to use this as like a seedling bed. Hopefully I could put some wood around it and put some sort of cover on. You've seen the daffodils and the tulips. As I said, they're just starting to show colour. I'll take you up to the main part of the allotment now. This bed here is full of broad beans, starting to come up. Not as many as I was hoping, but it's been very dry. As you can see, I've been busy on the potato bed. I've planted 3 rows. I'll show you now what I did. So, that the rotavator that I usually hire in to make the soil usable has been cancelled. Unfortunately, they're not allowed to deliver it, so I'm having to revert to the way I did it before I hired in the rotavator, which is to use my trusty mattock and go up and down the rows, breaking up just the ground that I'll be planting my potatoes in. So I've done 2 rows, as you can see. Just got another 3rd row for the earlies that are really desperate to get in now. So I'll show you. Let's get on with it. So I've been up and down the rows a couple more times. You can see that the 3rd row is just about done. I'll come back tomorrow and then go up and down the rows again. Then on Sunday I'll come up and plant the first earlies. As you can see, the epicure first early potatoes are ready to go in, and I need to plant these today. So the way I do it is dig a hole about 4 to 6 inches. This is 6 inches, so I know that when this is level with the ground, it's just about right. Then we place it in with the sprout going up, cover them over, and then I like to just put some Grow More, a little sprinkling over the top. And I'll use my stick, which is the right spacing for the potatoes. It doesn't have to be too accurate, but it just gives you a rough idea. Dig another hole, another potato into the bottom, cover up, Grow More, just a little sprinkling, and then when I've done the whole row, then I'll water it. Right, get on with the other 3 rows. The next bed, I've been busy planting 3 rows of red and white onions. It's been 2 weeks since I put the chicken manure on this onion bed, and it's now ready for me to put the onion sets in. I mark it out in rows about 12 inches apart, and basically I bought myself I think it's something like a weeding rake, and I'll break up all the soil underneath the row, and then I'll pop the onions in. I'll show you what I mean by demonstrating. So that's the row loosened up. Now I've got nice red and white onions to plant today. There's a pointy end, which is obviously the top, and the flat end, which is bottom. I just basically push these into the ground 6 to 8 inches apart, and then just cover them lightly. I've also, so the spacing can be a bit more even, I've cut myself a piece of stick that's the right length, so I'll just show you now. That's 1 row done, another 3 to do. Because it's not going to rain for the next couple of days, I'll also just run a watering can over the top to bed them in. My garlic are looking much better. I've started watering them, and I've also given them some grow more to get them going, but they're looking really healthy. I've chanced it by taking off the cover, but it should be okay. You can also see here that I've raked out a small bed which I have planted radish in, and this is how I did that. So now the ground's warmed up, I'm going to plant some seeds directly into the ground. The seeds I'm going to plant today are Radish French Breakfast 3. I'm going to sow 2 rows of radish today. I placed 4 sticks to make 2 rows about 6 inches apart. I use a stick just to score a line in the soil between these 2 sticks. In the second row, as I said, 6 inches apart. It doesn't have to be too deep, just sort of ½ an inch or so. As you can see, I've made the soil on the bed quite fine by raking it. Here's the seeds, quite small. I just drop them in one at a time. I try and place them about 1 inch apart, then I don't have to weed out the seedlings in between, and then that allows them to grow to a reasonable size, so I can pick them straight out. So that's almost the first row done now. Just the second row to go now. There we go. I'll just cover the seeds over by rubbing my hand over the top. Then when I've done that, I'll water them in. As I said in the potato video, I haven't been able to hire a rotavator at the moment, so I'm not sure really what I'm going to be doing. It looks like it'll be a lot of raking and some digging, but I'm planning on putting in some main crop, actually they're second early potatoes in this bed called Kestrel. They're a family favourite, really nice, so that will be for the rest of that bed. Well, that's all for this month's update of the allotment. It's going to be a busy month in April, but a hard month because of the restrictions that have been placed upon us. hopefully we'll still be able to come up the allotment. So stay safe, and I'll see you soon.